Hey y'all, it's your girl Cookie. Welcome back to Cookie Podcast. Okay, so today's video. Sorry, I got a little chilly, so we put on the old school, the cookie shop merch. Okay, y'all want some more merch? Y'all need some new merch? Let me know. Okay, so today's episode is a testimony. Okay, so I have been talking about God, the Heavenly Father, more than ever, especially more recently. And as we're about to get into this video, a few things that just happened. My camera keeps stopping talking about the speed. Like, I'm not even moving, but it's just like the speed. Which kind of makes you think of the speed of lightning, or the speed of light, which makes you think of lightning, which makes you think of when Satan was ejected from heaven and he was a lightning bolt. So literally, that message popped up again. The enemy's mad. The enemy's really been trying it, y'all. So there was something that happened where something stopped working that was going to affect my work and affect my job, right? And multiple things. I know it was a test from God in the sense of, are you going to remain faithful during this time? And it was the enemy trying me. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even about to trip. I know my Lord, Savior, Jesus Christ is real, and everything's gonna work itself out. So I'm just gonna sit back. I just kind of like scroll through some stuff or whatever, and during that time, God led me to do a little research on something else, and a lot of information was received and things were made aware during that time. But I really was energy wise calm, cool, and collected, and really didn't trip, right? And me a year ago would have been extremely annoyed, extremely frustrated, very just like perplexed at the enemy trying it. And me a year ago would have fallen accustomed to being a victim of like, oh my gosh, why is this happening to me? Why? And I'm not gonna front. I still have to catch myself sometimes, because there are times where I just feel like the weight of my journey can be a lot sometimes, of like previous situations. Because I had a conversation with God this morning, and I know you can't ask for anything, but I was like, is there a way we can like lessen this load just a little bit, please? It's a lot for you to handle. It's a lot for me. But during this time, I stayed faithful, and I was just like, immediately I put my trust in God, and I let go of the situation. I completely did not stress. I was just like, I'll get it figured out. Boom. And then after doing the research, I realized God wanted me to figure out something during that time. I figured it out. The moment I figured that out, I was just like, oh wow, okay, understood. Then God gave me the answer that would fix the problem for me to be able to get back to doing my job and being able to get back to work. And it's just like, wow. And the reason that this is so crazy and important is it's Wednesday, right? It is 10:46, May 3rd, Wednesday night. And it's crazy. I was watching a lot of things earlier. I was watching TD Jakes and Sarah Jakes Roberts. Sarah Jakes Roberts. And no, it was TD Jakes. I had watched two sermons of his earlier. And no, it was both of them. And they both kept talking about Wednesday night ministry. And I thought that was just so odd, because I was like, without getting into this conspiracy theorist stuff, I'm like, how does the algorithm know that it's Wednesday? Because just the fact that I am watching these videos on Wednesday, it was morning time, it was like midday. I'm like, that's just so perplexing, that's so odd, but like, okay. And here I am, Wednesday night, getting ready to do a ministry for y'all. That's the part that's just like, so it's Wednesday night. Fridays I have made a day of dropping music or whatever, right? Now, I've been going back and forth on figuring out what I'm going to do for this Friday. I would say the 3rd, 4th, for May 5th. And I really want to do the Justin Timberlake reference. But I saw a message a long time ago where he's like, he does not like that reference. And so I'm going to refrain. I'm going to keep it to myself. But I was trying to figure out exactly what song I wanted to release and exactly what it is that I want to do. And I feel like what just happened is because that there was one in particular that I was thinking of doing, and in that one in particular I mentioned God, I mentioned the Lord Jesus Christ, and I feel like the enemy is just mad that I've used a different avenue outside of just a podcast to spread awareness to the Lord. And I have been really just focused in the sense of taking a step back, listening to God even more, and taking breaks from certain things so that way I can hear the Lord's voice even louder. And I feel like with that, I've been in a space where I can sense the enemy trying to attack, but because I have strengthened my faith in the Lord and given Him the glory and allowing Him to lead my life, I don't feel the attack of the enemy. But my discernment is stronger, and so I can discern when something is an attack of the enemy. And what just happened was definitely an attack of the enemy. But nothing trumps the Lord. Nothing. And that's what just this whole moment just was another showcase of that, of the enemy coming in and trying to stop me from being productive, trying to stop me from my mission of sharing knowledge about the Lord, my mission to empower, to uplift, and to have fun with every aspect of my journey and my job. Completely tried to come in and interfere with that 100%. And the Lord was like, I'm about to give you a way out and an answer, but I also want to see, what do you do during that test? Do you believe in me and trust in me even more? Or do you get frazzled? And I believed in Him and trusted in Him even more. And then boom, literally, almost instantly, gave me the answer and the kudos. I mean, not the kudos, gave me the answer to be able to do what it is that I needed to do, while I gave Him the kudos. Because instantly I said a thank you prayer. Because it's just like, thank you for hearing my heart, thank you for making a way, and thank you for defeating my stress, anxiety before it even becomes a thing. And that just let me know how amazing God is even more. Like, there's been testimony after testimony after testimony this year, and I feel like it's just amazing, because the reason it's so amazing is this morning I was very angry. I was very frustrated, and I was having one of those days where I was like, God, I don't want to be angry with you, but I am angry about certain situations and circumstances that have happened here that I've been placed in. And I know they're not of you, but why didn't you interfere and stop those things from happening to me? And I was having a real vulnerable and honest conversation with Him, and was just like, okay, I've reached my limit. Like, I've reached my point. Because, like, they always say God will never put more on you than you can bear. And I had a conversation earlier where it's just like, okay, I know that that's true, but like, I feel like we're right there. Like, I feel like we are right there. And I had a moment of just like, I can't take anymore. And not yelling at the Lord, but just like, I did yell out loud, like frustrated, like to myself, because it was just like, I just need to like vent. And I don't like making content in that angry space. I don't like recording. I don't like filming. I don't like making music. I don't like post. I don't like doing anything in that space because I don't want to pass on or spread that kind of energy out into the world. So I had a moment like, you know what? I'm just going to go for a little walk. I went for a walk. I came back still a little frustrated, right? And then there were some situations that happened once I got back where I was like, okay, you know what I'm realizing? The enemy wants you in this frustrated, angry space. The enemy is thriving off of this. And the more frustrated you become, the more you're going to constantly keep being tried. Because the enemy thrives off of anger, because one, you're not supposed to be easily angered, and two, if you stay in that angry space long enough, you can bring about a lot of feelings and emotions and actions that aren't of God. And once I realized that, I was like, oh no, I see what's happening here. So then I immediately just like turned on some stuff and was like dancing and like cooking and just like having a whole moment of like, it's about to be a turning point of my day. And sure enough, that exactly was. It's like after I was done cooking, like after I was done cooking, I did my makeup, I did my hair, I went and I got dressed, and then that was like, I don't know, like maybe like noon or 1. And then I started getting some content, and we've been getting content on since that point, and it's now 10:55. But if I allow myself to stay in the emotions that I was feeling earlier, I would not have been productive today. I wouldn't have gotten anything done. And I almost was going to stay in that space of like, you know what, I'm just going to let these emotions ride out because that's just that, and we're not going to really do much today. I kind of had one of those days yesterday, and I feel like God was like, okay, yesterday you needed. This morning, I understood. And I'm about to turn that around for you, and you're about to have a great day. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what today was. So the testimony part is when you are faced with adversity and you are sitting more in your emotions than in your faith, take a moment, and if you need to just be in your room alone and just scream or have conversations with the Lord out loud, do that. Then immediately after either one of those, pray. Because you are human. You are allowed to feel your feelings. But pray about it. Because God, that's why He's there, is to help guide you through your emotions, to help guide you through your feelings, and to help you figure out how to make light of your situation. And He doesn't want you to suffer. And know that when something bad happens to you in your life, it wasn't of God. It was of the enemy. And sometimes, like how I was saying earlier, I was like, okay, well, God, why didn't you interfere and stop some of those things from happening? And I still struggle with that sometimes, but I also know that a lot of lessons learned after that stuff, after people taking advantage of me in every way possible, after being betrayed in every way possible. I learned a lot, and God showed up and showed out and let me know that He's real, and two, that, hey, take a moment, take a step back, because vengeance is mine. It's not for you to try to get back at the people that hurt you. I want you to actually relinquish those feelings, and those emotions, and free yourself of them, so that way you could be happy and do your mission and your job here on earth, and let me handle the people who did you wrong. Because a lot of people on earth like to play God and like to try to terminate. They like to try to traumatize. They like to try to diminish and keep you down. And if you allow yourself to be of the world, you will stay down, and you will feel defeated and unworthy and unlovable. But if you allow yourself to turn your life over to Christ and truly believe that there is light at the end of that tunnel, and that you can overcome some of your hardest, darkest times, He'll do just that. He'll make your life so amazing and so great. And that's the part. So I'm telling you all this as I also am telling myself as a reminder, because like I said, I was having a morning, okay? And pray about it, because God hears your prayers. He knows your heart. Even sometimes we don't know what to pray. In those moments, just say thank you. Literally just thank the Lord. Thank the Lord for being there. Thank the Lord for hearing you. Thank the Lord for all the blessings you have experienced, and all the blessings you are currently experiencing, and all the blessings you have to come in the future. Just give thanks when you don't know exactly what to pray for, because that gratitude, it goes a very long way. And I truly believe that God enjoys and appreciates that more than when we ask for something, because as humans we're always asking for something. So just say thank you, because He knows your heart and He knows what it is that you need. So just say thank you. And after you do that, take a moment to sit. And if you allow yourself more quiet moments with the Lord, you'll start to hear Him louder, and you'll start to hear Him faster. Because if you do that and then take a moment, He'll speak to you very quickly on what to do, like what it is He wants from you, and like what your next steps should be. And also, when it comes to hearing the Lord's voice, sometimes it's not always hearing His voice. Sometimes it's like we have this intuitive feeling to do something or to say something. That's God. That's God, because God is inside you. That is God. And there could be something that you're praying about or trying to figure out, and then you'll see something pop up, or someone will say something confirming that. That's God. Because God is a light, and He is a spirit. Sometimes you can't hear His voice very clearly as if it's someone talking to you. You totally can sometimes. And sometimes it's not that way. Sometimes it literally is a feeling. Like an intuitive feeling. It's the urge and push to do something or say something. It's confirmation through a conversation you had with somebody. So allow yourself to spend your quiet time with the Lord so you can begin to discern what your moves should be, what it is you're supposed to do, what it is you're supposed to say, what it is you're supposed to feel. And that'll help you work through your emotions better and start to make better and wiser choices in your life. So I know this testimony time was kind of like long-winded and there was a lot jam-packed into this, but I really hope that you guys received something from this video. The enemy didn't trying to stop my video, but I really hope you guys received something positive from this video and can keep the message with you throughout your day. If you feel like someone needs to hear this message, please share this video, because you don't know how it could help change their life or benefit them for the better. But yes, your homework for today is really just taking some time to just sit back and have more quiet time with the Lord, so that way your discernment can be louder and more clear. But yes, as always, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in with the Comment to Cookie podcast. And with love, Cookie. See you on the next video. Bye.